Alright guys, this is my WireZ demo, and basically this is a script that creates hanging wires or cords between different objects, locators, and nodes. So let's just get started here, and basically what you do is you can select the verts of each object in your scene, and essentially what it'll do is it'll create a wire going to that point, or going between the points. So when I create the curve, it'll create a curve from here to here to here to here, and so on. So let's just get going here. So we can create the curve, and that will create a perfect straight line curve. Now, that could be what you want, but I'm sure most people will probably want to make the line a little longer so it hangs down a little bit. So let's just go ahead and do that. And as you can see, you can go down, you can make it go up, but I'm sure most people will want to do down. Now, I also gave you the option of putting in the X direction or the Z direction. I'm not exactly sure what you use that for, but I put it in there for those who want to use it. Now, going back to the Y, I just want to adjust it a little bit more, and that looks pretty good. So once you're done with that one, if you remember, I selected from here to here. So when I hit the next button, it'll create that curve. Now that creates the curve with the settings based off this previous curve. So but I can actually adjust those to get it exactly how I want it. So I can go ahead and I can make it a little shorter wire so it doesn't hang down as far. And you can still adjust in the X or the Z or the Y direction. Now, if you say you have like hundreds of geometry and you want to create wires between each of them, you don't want to be hitting the next button 100 times. So what I put in there is a create for all. So that would take the current settings and it'll apply it to the rest of the geometry, or the rest of the curves that you selected. So if we go ahead and hit create for all, it'll create it'll basically create a curve between here and here, because that's the two remaining curves that we have to create. So let's go ahead and hit that, and there we go, we got the curves. Let's say you don't like it how it is, you can still adjust it here, and then you can actually go back and more or less make it deeper. You can go forwards, make it deeper, just so you can get it exactly how you want it before you move on to actually creating into mesh. So we can go back and let's say I want to put down, and then you can still go and change the orientation, so it's in the X direction or the Z direction or the Y. Now once you're done, you got everything how you liked it, you can actually, there's a couple options down here. You can combine the curve, which will make all four of these curves just one large curve, and then you can also rebuild the curve. Now if you're going to use the mesh conversion, I highly suggest you rebuild the curves. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take combined curve off right now, and let's go ahead and do that. So now you can see we got all these nice curves and pretty even control verts. So I'm going to switch to my mesh conversion tab, and I'm going to select all these wires. And with that, I'm going to create mesh. And essentially, I have a couple options here. I can adjust the radius. I can add divisions to the side here. And I can also add divisions along the axis, so it's all nice and smooth. And then you can actually add a twist to it. But let's just go put this down to like 0.04, maybe 0.02, and yeah, it looks pretty good. And then you, just like the hang curve one, you can hit the next button, and you go the next curve, and you can still adjust it. You can add more divisions, axis. You can add twist to it. You can do whatever you want. But and then the create for all, that works for that as well. So you can go ahead and create for all and get all your things. And once again, you can go back and you can adjust it if you don't like it, or if you want to change it just a little bit. Like, yeah, I want to put this at 0.04, and then you can go forward and change this to, I don't know, 0.06, and you got your little different variation of hanging wires there. Now in the end, you have the option to delete the curves or leave the curves be. So just for right now, I'm just going to delete the curves, and I'm going to go ahead and complete mesh. Now as you can see here, the curves are deleted, and you have all these nice wires. And then if you ever run into any problems, any bugs or anything like that, you can go ahead and hit the reset button. But if you do run into any bugs, I highly suggest that you send me an update and let me know exactly what you did and what happened. On top of that, if you have any questions or requests, or you made your own changes to the script, I would love to hear about it and hear what you guys come up with. And maybe even put it on my site as well, if it works out pretty well. So that's essentially my script, and if you have any further questions, feel free to email me. Thanks.